Hello action figure fans, this is HammerTron here with a new action figure review for you. This video goes up on a Monday, so it's Masters of the Universe by Mattel Monday. This time I am reviewing the Masters of the Universe Origins Teela action figure. This was released in 2020. I bought it in 2020. Here it is in a card, a blister pack, or a blister card. Here's the action figure. We see she has the original type outfit like the original action figure. She doesn't really look like the cartoon version. And very nice card with blue letters here and the red background. Here's the front. There is the top. There is the bottom. Here is one side, the other side, and here is the back with a nice picture on top with Teela in action, and a cross-sell showing the other action figures available at the time and how to pose the action figure and some manufacturing information. So I will open this up and review the action figure itself in just a moment. Here is the Masters of the Universe Origins Teela on the left, and the Masters of the Universe Masterverse Revelation Teela on the right. And they're very different scales, so they could go together if we say that Teela on the left there is unusually small, or if we say the Teela on the right side is an unusually large warrior woman. So they could go together. Looks pretty nice this way. Here is Teela freed from the plastic prison package. These are the accessories that Teela comes with. She also comes with a mini comic book, but this is identical to the other comic books that came with He-Man and Skeletor. So it's a bit short. I'm a little disappointed that it's so short, and also it's the same comic as the others. Oh well. So here is the snake staff that Teela comes with. It's molded in a single color plastic, nicely sculpted, just a little bit pliable. Looks pretty nice though. And a small little shield molded in a single color plastic. I think there's another kind of plastic here because the handle is just a bit pliable right in the middle there. But it looks nice, and she can hold it in her gripping hands. Here is Teela. Let's see how tall Teela is. According to the tape measure, Teela is 5.5 inches tall, or about 14 centimeters tall. So nicely sized action figure. And Teela has another accessory. She's wearing this snake armor here. This is a soft pliable plastic. So it looks nice, just like the original toy. And it's open in the back here, and it just plugs into a little peg on the back here, so we can easily take this thing off. So we'll pull that off. And here Teela looks like, or looks much closer to the cartoon version of Teela. So very nicely sculpted and detailed. Some painting on the face there, so it looks pretty good. And her hair is done up in a bun here. Some armbands and wrist bracers. So there's some sculpted details but no painting there. And her body has some armor sculpted and painted. And very interesting knee joint here, kind of the lip going from the top down over the bottom there, so a little strange looking. And then we have some boots, nicely sculpted but no painted details. Peg holes in the heels there, and very limited details on the back, but that's not really necessary. So let's take a look at the articulation at the head. Without the snake armor, she can look up just a little bit, look down a little more, turn side to side. The snake armor would get in the way. and a little bit of head tilting at the shoulders, so you can stretch out to the sides, that far, go around. That works. The shoulder joints seem to move out in a strange way, but it's still working. There we go. That works. Single jointed elbows on both sides, right about 90 degrees, and then there is a little swivel at the elbow, so that is working. And at the wrist, we can twist the wrists on both sides, and there is a hinge at the wrist, so that is working. Very nice. We have a waist twist. The waist twist would work even with the snake armor. And at the hips, she can do the splits. Not too bad. And kick forward that far. Kick back just a tiny bit. Kick forward that far. And kick back just a little bit. There's no upper thigh cut there. There's a single jointed knee. Now, when I got this out of the package, the legs were twisted, but there's a boot cut there, so I tried bending it and it wouldn't bend. So we want to be very careful. We want to make sure we actually know where the knee joint is before we start pushing on it very hard, because we do have a single jointed knee at both sides, but we also have a swivel at the knee. So that can get turned around, and if we're not careful, we'll try bending it the wrong way and something will break, because we have a twist at both knees, and then we also have a boot cut. So that's why we want to be very careful to make sure we know where the joint is and how it's supposed to bend, because if we're not careful, we will push too hard and break something. So we have boot cuts at the ankles. She can do the tippy toes there and go forward that far, and we have a pivot at the ankles. So a lot of very nice articulation, and we can put the snake armor back on very easily and wrap it around the waist here and just plug it back in. Oh, that looks very nice. And accessories fit into the hands very nicely. Let's see if that'll work. There we go. We can put it in the gripping hand and twist it around to make it look nice. And then we can slide in the snake staff and get it all facing in the right direction. And it looks like Teela is ready for battle. Here is the Masters of the Universe Origins Teela action figure next to a pair of 4-inch action figures. On the right is an adventurer from an Animal Planet set I reviewed a while ago. On the left is the Fortnite Jonesy action figure by Jazzwares. And this Teela action figure works well with this scale if we pretend that she's a giant woman battling the 4-inch scale action figures. Here is the Masters of the Universe Origins Teela action figure next to a 6-inch action figure on the right, the Fortnite Legendary Series Skull Trooper action figure by Jazzwares, and a 6 1/4 or 6.5 inch action figure on the left, the Action Force Condor action figure by Valorverse. And Teela scales very well with either the 6 or 6.5 inch scale action figures. She seems to be a perfectly normal sized woman next to a 6 inch action figure, and maybe just slightly smaller than usual for a 6 1/4 or 6.5 inch scale action figure. So works well at this scale. Here is the Masters of the Universe Origins Teela action figure next to a pair of 7 inch scale action figures. On the left is the Masters of the Universe Masterverse Teela, based on the Revelation cartoon. And on the right is the Masters of the Universe Masterverse He-Man action figure, based on the Revelation cartoon, both of which are made by Mattel. And Teela is in the middle there, is very, very small compared to the 7 inch scale action figures, and this could almost be like a child character, except the proportions are not quite right. So she's an extremely small woman compared to the 7 inch scale action figure, so it might not work out very well unless we just have extremely small characters in whatever display or diorama we have. I like this Masters of the Universe Origins Teela action figure. It feels like it's very well put together. I haven't had any problems with it, although we do want to be careful about the leg joints, because there's a boot cut and a swivel at the single jointed knee joint. So if we don't know exactly where it is, we want to be very careful about bending the joint. Otherwise, if we put too much pressure, we'll be bending it the wrong way and we might break it. So we just want to look out for this leg joint to make sure it's lined up correctly between the boot and the upper leg. But the accessories are okay, and the action figure itself is pretty good. So thank you for watching my review video. Remember to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel to keep up to date with my future reviews and commentary. I'll see you next time, action figure fans.